वो घर जो है ना, Amma's home, since I came, I remember. Morning 8 o'clock to night 9:30, continuously people come and go out of this house. I don't know now, I haven't been there in a long time now. मतलब 8:30 बजे से सवेरे फर्स्ट पर्सन टू कम विल बी, और व्यक्ति विकास केंद्र के ऑफिस खोलना है, चाबी लेने आएंगे, तब से शुरू होता था until night 9:30. Very, very busy house. When a person is so busy, how much can you disturb anybody? No? But whenever she would be relaxed, or when she would bring food for Guruji, every day 11:30, she would bring food for Guruji here. But Guruji will have his lunch only around 12:31. And Amma, like every mother, she'll be telling him, you haven't had breakfast, have lunch, it's 11:30, it's 12 o'clock, it's 12:30. And he'll say, yes, Amma, yes, Amma. Like every child, he'll also, yes, Amma, yes, Amma. And something would go on. And that was the time we would, and after Guruji's lunch was over, then we would get some time with Amma, or when we are traveling somewhere. And similar with Bhanu Didi. So both were very, very busy people, but we were always waiting for something we wanted to know about Guruji. And sometimes they would tell us, and there was so much more to know. And who's the most authentic person who can give us what Guruji is? Who's that person on this planet today? Is Bhanu Didi only. Amma and Bhanu Didi. Unfortunately, Amma is no more with us now. But Bhanu Didi, how much time can we take from her? We can't keep on asking her, and everything doesn't come, no? So suppose somebody tells you, okay, tell me about what happened in your life, or how was it? You'll remember a few incidents, but you won't remember everything. So we were waiting for a long time. Someday, Bhanu Didi would write something about this. And Bhanu Didi would say, oh, no, I'm not a writer or anything, But we were still hoping, we were waiting to know about Guruji. Because if somebody asks you, Guruji, tell me about your Guru, what will you tell? You will tell Guruji the statistics. That Art of Living is 155 countries. It is the largest NGO connected with the United Nations, volunteer-based NGO. So many rivers rejuvenated, so many prisoners have been rehabilitated, all that you will say, So many places he has brought peace in the world. We only know him as Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, the statistic. But Sri Sri Ravi Shankar as a personality, well, it's going to take more than a lifetime to know that, right? If you have to experience everything. So when somebody asks you, okay, tell me about your Guru, can you just tell, or do you get confused? I get confused. I don't know what to tell about him. I can only tell about how much peace I got in my life since Guruji and his knowledge came into my life. Isn't that the same with you also? Otherwise, you tell about Guruji, you don't know what to talk about him, because that personality is those who have been with him for a long time. He is so vast. That personality is so big, it's very difficult to put into a few sentences or a talk. It's very difficult. So when I first heard Bhanu Didi has written a book and is going to be launched next month, I was so happy. But I expected a very, very fat book. Because Sri Sri Ravi Shankar, the personality, is not something that you can contain within a small book. But yes, he can be contained in perhaps several volumes, or someday if somebody makes a movie on him, it's going to take several sequels, and still the work will be unfinished. No? Means, what can you write about a person, or what film can you make about a person who's perhaps the most magnetic personality walking on this planet today? No? He's a phenomenon. I mean, just see what's happening through him or because of him, or his knowledge, all his volunteers, all his organizations and all, what's happening around the world, it's a phenomenon that has never happened in history before. In such a short period of time. Now, how can you put all that into something? But when that book came, I was so glad. I was so glad. And there are so many things, those who have read it. Have you completed the book? I've read it so many times already. Every time, in everything, there is some message that you get for yourself. No? And it's a different message. Anecdote is the same. But you get a glimpse of that personality called Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. And every time you get a different glimpse, a different perspective. Same book. And I'm still waiting. There is so much more. Many of the incidents I had heard from here and there. Sometimes from Bhanu Didi. Sometimes from somebody who has heard from Bhanu Didi. Somebody who has heard from Bhanu Didi and passed it on to somebody else, and I hear from them. So through the grapevine. Some of them I had heard. Some of them were very new for me. Fortunately. And it was a great read. Even the stories that I heard several times before, like once we were traveling in Tamil Nadu, and it was a very hectic tour. We would start traveling at 5 o'clock in the morning. We will have 5 o'clock breakfast. 5:30 we were out. And then every 20 kilometers there will be a satsang for Guruji, wherever he travels, And his rest will be in between, because in the night people would be with him until 1 o'clock, And next morning, 5:30 we had to be out. Hardly any sleep. And Guruji was sitting in the car. Amma was sitting, and one side was Vikram, one side was me. So now we are looking at Guruji, and Guruji is meditating, So slowly now we wanted to know, this is a great time to have 2 hours of traveling. So Amma, we heard some story about Guruji. Is it true? One story which is there in the book. And she said, yes. And she described, this is how it happened. Then she said, don't tell him, because he gets angry if I tell all these things. So we cannot even ask about all these things in front of Guruji, But that story came here, and I was so happy, because I had not heard that from anybody else. Only from Amma, And nobody else told it. So there are several stories like that, and that is that book. So then, it was very difficult to talk about the book, about Guruji to people. So when this book came, all my childhood friends, all of them have not done the course. The best introduction to Gurudev is the Art of Living course. No book can really tell you what Sri Sri Ravi Shankar is. But when you do the Art of Living course, what happens? That dimension that opens in you, that gives you an idea what sort of a personality Sri Sri Ravi Shankar is. To be able to give this sort of a technique and this knowledge that can transform people's consciousness in just 18 to 20 hours. No? 18-20 hours ka course hai. And what happens to people? Everywhere they do this course, life is just transformed. And that is the best introduction of Guruji. So when we were talking a few days ago, like Guruji's birthday is coming now, no? So what would be the best gift to give to Guruji? So what do you think? What is the best gift to give to Guruji? Yes. Because the only question he asks us is, how many of you have met Guruji? How many of you have not met Guruji yet? You've not met Guruji, So okay, wherever you meet him, I have been with him for about 25 years now. The only question he asks everybody around the world, wherever I traveled with him, is, are you happy? He never asks you what you have studied and how much money you have earned and how many achievements you have, what degrees you have, and how much you have done for people, how much sadhana you did, how much you meditate every day. Only one question he asks every time. Are you happy? That is his main concern, and that is his whole project in life. Spreading happiness. And all Art of Living volunteers just do that. And they are privileged to be able to give time for people. Like what does Guruji say? Who is his family? He says, the whole world is my family. Who is not mine? Wherever I go, I feel at home. You see, in any, that he does not know the language, but any country he goes for the first time, he is perfectly at home. Those who have traveled with him around the world, you know that. Or if you are from that country, you know when he comes to your country, came to your country for the first time. How was he? He was perfectly at home everywhere. And he says that my whole world is my family. So that is one big gift we can give. One is, first, we will have to take responsibility for our happiness. We will have to give priority to our health and happiness, which we don't usually. No? You just look at your life. How many times have you made yourself important in 24 hours? How much time do you make yourself important? And see, what takes priority in the day? Your job, your business, no? Or your studies, your friends, your family, your children. But you, the priority is somewhere last in the end. Isn't it? Happens with everybody? It happens with every human being. We usually do not give ourselves time. We do not give ourselves priority. So that is one gift we can give him. Next time he asks, are you happy? Without any doubt within, you should be able to tell him very honestly and truthfully, yes, Guruji, I am happy. I have taken responsibility for myself. Right? I think that is the best gift we can give him. Then, what other gift can we give him? We can give time for society. We have to give time for ourselves. And Guruji always says, give some time for society. We have our life. From our life, take 2 hours, 3 hours every week. Do something for somebody who is in need. And giving time to people is a great gift to Guruji, not only to the people. Because whose family is that? That is Guruji's family. So when we go and do seva outside, we are doing seva for Guruji's family. Right? So we are doing seva for Guruji only, isn't it? You know, when this book came, all my friends and all, it's very difficult to talk to your friends. You can talk to a stranger about your guru and everything. But your friends, you have grown up with them, no? So they have a concept of you. You are not the same. You have changed. Like I meet them after 25 years. I am a different person, they are different people, but they still have a concept of me from my childhood, right? They're never going to listen to me really. So I just decided, okay, let me gift them this book. Now they haven't done the course yet, some of them. So to their parents or somebody who is not really, who does not know really Guruji, I gifted the book. Not everybody has reverted back, but those who have called back, something has shifted in their life. In their consciousness, something has shifted. They don't know what. They are a little confused. They say, after reading the book, I don't know what has happened, something has happened to me. Common thing. You know, they put it in different ways. What is common is, they are saying something has happened inside. I am so much more at peace now. Every time I have some problem or something, I just open that book, any page. You know, some 2-3 of them said, I open any page and I read maybe 1 or 2 pages and suddenly something falls into place inside. I don't know how this works. I don't know how this works. But this is not the only book. From the time I came into Art of Living, I am not a great reader. I could not read. You know, at that time, Tare Zameen Par tha nahi movie. and I never liked reading. Otherwise, I would have really convinced my teachers I'm dyslexic. If you don't believe, go and see Tare Zameen Par. So I don't like reading books and all that. So I cannot read a full book at a stretch, end to end. But some books, like the first book I read, which was that God Loves Fun, very old book, remember? God Loves Fun. That was the first book I read end to end. If you give me a novel, I will take 1 month to finish it. Just 200 pages, it will take 1 month to finish. I'll read 1 or 2 pages, then I cannot read. That book I read in 4 hours end to end, And that's what happened with this book also. Only this I finished in 2 hours. Because knowledge, you hear how much time can you hear knowledge? Philosophy, knowledge and all. After 10 minutes, 15 minutes, what happens to you? Your mind goes to sleep. It's too heavy for you. No? But however sleepy you are, or you were tired after playing when you were a child, you came back home, you were very tired, you were about to sleep, and your grandfather said, once upon a time, long, long ago, far, far away, what happened to your sleep? No? You were so interested. No? Those who are lucky to have grandparents in your house, tell you stories every night. You remember those days? नहीं? दादा, दादी, नाना, नानी कहानियां सुनाते थे. We still remember those stories, right? And you cannot resist once upon a time. You can resist knowledge. And this book is about something like that. It's about like once upon a time for people who don't know Guruji. The only thing is, once upon a time, here in this country, now, it's not far, far away, and long, long ago. It is here and now and in this country. The only difference. How Guruji teaches us by experience. He will not tell you in many words. He'll get you to do things and you get it. Like once, I was new at that time, and Guruji had said why something happened, and he said, why did you do it like this? So we said, oh Guruji, this happened, that happened, me and Prashant Rajore. So we said, this happened, that happened, and Guruji is saying, oh yes, that's fine. So the apex body sent you the recommendation, so you did it, okay, fine. They did their part of giving the recommendation. Why did you take this decision? So we are telling, no, but teacher also signed and the teacher recommended. So Guruji said, very good. Yeah. So teacher recommended and the apex body recommended. Why did you take that decision? But so this went on. We are giving our arguments that we are not wrong. And Guruji is telling, no, why did you take the decision? And suddenly when I realized, I said, yes, Guruji, somewhere I am shirking my responsibility. No, I am trying to put it on somebody else. Responsibility is mine. Decision is mine. They can only recommend. You're right, Guruji. We should have applied our reasoning here and taken a decision based on that, not on the recommendation. And Guruji, that moment, he dropped it. After that, he didn't talk about anything. He said, yeah, okay, fine. He just kept it aside. And then, okay, everything is over. Now, next day, Guruji was in that Vishwamitra 13, So when there was music in the village, he will come from Shakti Kutir, because just behind Shakti Kutir is the village. And whole night they'll play music, so Guruji cannot rest. So he would come to Vishwamitra 13, that was his room. So 14 is Vinodji, 15 is me. So early morning, as was our practice, 8:15 we'll get ready. And we will go to Guruji's kutir. So, okay, me and Vinod, we start and we see 13. There is no lock. Vishwamitra 13. So we thought, okay, Guruji is inside. So we were waiting outside. It's 8:15 already. So any time now, between now and 8:30, he will open the door and suddenly the door opens. And Guruji is there. He's applying tilak like this, looking in the mirror. So we are outside the door and I said, Guruji, आप है ना मेरे को महीने में एक बार ऐसे ही डांटा करिए तो मैं एक महीना सीधा चलूंगा. So Guruji was almost going to do that, and suddenly his eyes became so big. And he looked at me and he said, डांटना मेरा स्वभाव है क्या? So I was, नहीं गुरुजी. तो मेरा स्वभाव बदलने की कोशिश क्यों कर रहे हो? तुम बदलो. Oh my God, what a sentence. And he dropped it. But the learning was, yes. It is so easy to tell somebody, I won't change, you change me. मैं नहीं बदलूंगा. मैं कुत्ते की पूंछी बन के रहूंगा. नहीं बदलूंगा. है ना? We never take responsibility to change. And Guruji just so simply said, why do you want to change my nature? You change. So simple, no? So several of these learnings are there like this in that books, and I hope Bhanudidi writes much more. Of course, each one of you is a Guru story. Those who have been with Guruji for a long time, but just look at your life. How many anecdotes you have yourself as your personal experience, how your life transformed, how miracles happened in your life, which you never believed before. No? Because we are all educated people and believe in what we call as science, where you don't believe what you're supposed to believe. No? So we question everything, we somehow think that it is science. But yet, in spite of that education, how there are things that you never thought were possible happened in your life. Can't we all write a book on our own? So many of us. No, Ushaji, you can also write a book on your own, right? Or maybe a few volumes. No? Vinodji can also write so many. She's been with Guruji for how many years now? Quarter of a century, huh? So there are so many people like that. Each one of us is a Guru story. All of us can write our books. All of us can write our anecdotes. But the most authentic person who can write about Guruji, where the dimensions that we cannot envisage or comprehend on this planet is only Bhanudidi. No? Like just imagine, as a sister, she has seen him from childhood. And then from a sister, from a brother, he becomes the Guru. No? And she has to share her brother with the whole world. No? Her perspective is a very unique perspective, which none of us can have. Really, though he's our beloved too. No? And what a beautiful heading, no? What is that called? The heading, what is it called? The title, no? On the plateau of the peak. So that means with Gurudev, her life has always been on the peak. It's like a plateau, but she's on the peak always, no? So it's not after he became a Guru or became famous for other people. Guruji was like that from the childhood. And she had the same experience of what we are feeling, she had that from her childhood. No? Plateau of the peak. Very beautiful. Anybody else would like to share from the book? How many people have read the book? And would like to share something? Dipali, you can write a book. You've been with Guruji since you were a small child. No? Like to share something? Yeah? Who'd like to share? No? Yes, sir. Yeah, please. Please come.
this was about the Veda school. Initially, it was established in Delhi, and the boys were not very comfortable there with the weather conditions and the food and everything up there, up north. So Guruji decided, I'll look after them. And everyone said, how are we going to look after 150 kids? And in his typical way, he just brought them home, and Pitaji and everybody else was they were looking after the children. There was Diwali, and everybody was, that early morning, just before the crackers, oil bath, and that's how the Veda school moved south, and then of course they moved here. So that is one anecdote which is there, how the Veda school moved from up north and down here to the south.
Thank you. 175 people used to live children were living in Guruji's house, in that Amma's house there. Just imagine, in your house, 10 children come and stay there. No? 175 children used to stay with Amma there. And everybody in that house, how much adjustments they would have made, no? This was 1981 or even, 1980. Who else would like to share something?
One of the anecdotes shared about when Bhanu Didi and Gurudev were small, and Gurudev used to go with Bhanu Didi to encircle a Shivalinga, and Bhanu Didi being small, she used to take smaller steps, and if by chance she misses any of the Shivalinga, Gurudev would open his eyes and point her back to do that. So I really liked it.
Yeah. Yeah, as a brother, as a son. No, those who know Guruji, when people ask me, okay, can you describe him in one sentence? One journalist asked me in South Africa. Now I was thinking how to describe Guruji in one sentence. Then I realized what was different about Guruji. There are so many things common among all human beings. What is different? I found that he is the most human being I have ever met in my life. And I looked inside. He's so practical about everything. He's so human about everything. And that simplicity, that naturalness, that spontaneity, that concern, that love, which is what encompasses a human being, isn't it? No? All those things. The care. So one thing is there. I always used to wonder, it's a big pain for me. I can't go somewhere and get somebody a gift. It's very difficult for me. I don't know how. So I prefer to take them, okay, what do you want to you buy yourself, Means I cannot make out what would make you happy. So that has always been my dilemma in life. I would not know what is the best gift for somebody. Now I've got one. I got one now. This is what I gift now. So I know what this is going to do in their life. So fine, we continue satsang then.